You can watch her pee and not freak out.
I don't get up close to her. I was like almost in the room with you.
I will never understand how you went, oh, and ran away. Welcome to this episode of So I Married a Geek, everyone. I am one of your hosts, Gavin, joined by Phil.
Yes.
And this is a show where we invite you into our lives. We talk about our adventures, our issues, our relationship, things that are happening. Just because we don't have a camera crew following us around 24/7, we kind of gather these things up to talk about with you guys. It'd be much different if we had a reality show. You guys would be laughing your ass off. But we're going to try to hopefully... What, am I boring you?
No, I. How many times have I said today how I haven't slept in like 4 days?
Oh shit, your little single hair has a friend now.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that was from a few episodes ago. Actually, you guys can watch that. Our life together has been pretty cohesive, but there's been a lot of differences in the way our lives have melded that we weren't expecting. And the one that I did not, and I was not comprehensible.
You couldn't comprehend.
I couldn't comprehend or even expect, because to me the idea is 100% ridiculous, is that my group of friends operate very differently from Phil's group of friends. Like in my group of friends,
everybody knows everybody.
Once you're brought in, you know everybody. You're like part of the family. And we all hang out together. They'll hang out together. We'll hang out together. Like, everyone knows everybody. We're like a big fucking family. And that's just like, we love it all. But Phil's friends are like, they don't intermingle.
We are a different sort of group.
They don't intermingle. They don't really know each other.
I have some friends who know each other, but most of my friends do not know each other. I have some friends who I've known for 30 years that don't know any of my friends I've met in the last 10 years. It's just... we're a different sort of group. But I do have some friends, like the people I grew up with, we all know each other. The people we went to school with, we all know each other. But then after that, no, they don't all know each other.
So here's to kind of demonstrate the difference. I can call up Cassandra and say, hey, let's go hang out at Dragon's Lair or play a game. She'll be like, yeah, I'll grab Courtney. I'll be able to call up Cynic and say, hey, you want to go hang out with Cassandra or Courtney? Oh, yeah. Cassandra will hit up Alice. Hey, you want to go hang out? Yeah. Because we all know each other and we'll all meet up and have fun. Phil's like, hey, dude, you want to go hang out? Okay, that's it. There's no one else involved. No one else can even possibly invite it because they don't know each other.
And I don't understand why that's so weird. Like,
it is. I can't explain how weird it is to me that your friends aren't all interconnecting and knowing each other. And just because, like, literally his friend hangouts, they're not really friends. It's like one at a time. Like, we'll get Angie and her husband together because, you know, they're together. Or he'll go hang out with Kyle, or he'll go hang out with Will. There's no real, like, let's go hang out with Kyle and Will. None of that happens. And I just
they don't know each other.
I find that so hard to understand because my whole life, my friends have always been interconnected. And my oldest ones are Eric and Josh. Actually, my oldest one when I grew up is Scott, and he lives in Georgetown, which I really should invite him over so you could meet him.
I was going to say, I've known you 7 years. I've never heard you mention a friend named Scott.
Yeah. And we grew up together. So he is my oldest friend. But the ones that really hang out...
Well, Kelly's probably your oldest friend.
Well, Kelly, and even Kelly can come around, and all my friends can come out, and he
doesn't know all of them.
But they welcome him like he's part of the family.
Okay, so my friends are more introverted than your friends are.
I don't know how you have an introverted friend when you're an introvert, because you guys don't do shit. That's one of the greatest jokes he and Angie make. They're both so introverted that they could talk to each other like once a millennia and be fine.
It's like we never drop the conversation.
And I have friends like that every few years they pop up and like no time has passed. But we're all a happy family when we get together. Everyone's welcome, and new people come in and be like, hey.
I'm also a very introverted person. So, like, for Gavin, he can meet someone on the street, and then, like, 3 days later, he's like, hey, I have someone coming over. I need to, like, have known you a while, background check your medical records. Then maybe I might invite you to my house.
Which this bitch did a background check on me. I know he did when we first met.
I'm not going to confirm or deny that.
I know you guys did.
I'm not
dumb. I know you guys did.
Well, whatever. It's just a smart thing to do, to know the people you invite into your home.
And so, at our
And not
wedding,
everybody gets invited to your home.
was hilarious because there was a very clear dividing line. My friends are mingling, trying to get other people to mingle. His friends are very like spots here and there. My family's all up in everyone's business.
I work in technology. Like technology, a lot of people are very introverted and very in their own head, and that's how me and a lot of my friends are. Which is why it's when you have two people that are in their own head, but y'all are just hanging out. It's easy for the two of you to interact. You throw a third person in there, and now the conversation is off balance. You throw four people in, and it's chaos.
Say, well, me and my friends were not like that.
Y'all like chaos.
This is the hardest thing
y'all
I've had to
thrive
deal
on
with. Like
chaos.
the first time I think I wanted to do a get together here, Phil had a heart attack.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know these people. Why are they coming to my house?
Like he had a heart attack. Like what? Usually he'll hide. I'm like, dude, just they want to hang out with you. Come out and say hi. He's gotten better with Harley and Jill. Like,
but I'm an introvert.
But he literally will go hide. Like he'll hide in a corner, and we'll just be like, hey. So some of my friends are introverted. They're not as outgoing, but they still socialize and hang out.
Well, aren't y'all just the most happy little bunch of pirates ever?
We are a happy bunch of pirates. Yo ho!
We just watched the Garfield special earlier, so pirates were on the mind.
So that's been a really hard adjustment for me to understand the differences that you can have friends that you don't hang out with other friends. Like, it's just
I have
weird.
a different relationship with each one of my friends, and they're not the same. And with some people, like I have some friends I go to concerts with, and I have some friends who don't go to concerts at all. I have some friends that like to just hang out and drink, and I have some friends who don't drink at all. I have some friends who like to go watch movies, and others who only want to stream stuff at home. Like it actually, I can't remember the last time I saw. Jason was probably the last person I saw a movie with that was a friend. Like that I didn't. But we're a different sort of group of people. And then when you bring a bunch of odd introverts together, they're not always going to socialize with each other. And we also are all kind of guarded and careful. So when you have a bunch of strangers, like at a wedding, we're not going to go up to a bunch of strangers and be like, hi, how do I know you? I don't know you. You don't know me. Let's become friends now.
Well, the other thing and I think it also stems from the way we were raised. Like I was raised by wolves, basically. Go do you, go be you, go whatever.
I often say hillbilly wolves.
Yeah, you were raised very guarded.
Yes.
So that probably is also why you're more this way. Whereas I'm like, hey, because when my parents were on, they were on. A lot of times they were just off. Most of the time they were just off. But there were times like on Halloween where they would just be on. And those were the times that I fucking loved. Like when we go out to Comfort where my mom's parents lived.
I'd never heard of that town until I met you.
When we go to Houston to visit my cousins Annie and Becky at Mama's house, which was my dad's house. Like there were some times where things were just really good. And those are the times that I clung on to. And that's how I kind of got to this point.
We were very cloistered. We were very stayed at home. And I mean, I had friends, and I would go to their house sometimes, and very few of them got to come to my house. And we were a very odd family. We were just very different from everybody.
And so that's where I think it stems from is family life beforehand. I love being able to have friends that can come hang out and bring other friends, and we all know each other.
I don't like having lots of people like
that
at the house.
I love having people come over because I really want to get back to doing game nights. Like Harley and Jill will be back over once House of Torment closes down. We'll be doing fan service again. Just to do stuff together with people. It's because I'm such a social creature that it's just the way I am.
I can fake it sometimes, but I don't like to.
You don't fake it very well.
I can fake it just fine. It just takes a lot of effort.
So that's been one of the major things I've had to adjust to is the idea that I like his friends, but they don't ever come and hang out. Like we may go have a dinner or something. I think I've met one of them once because he doesn't ever leave his house either. I've met Will a couple times. I met Dresner. But then, because we don't meet as friends as often, I don't remember who they are sometimes.
That's okay. I have some friends you've never met.
Which is very weird because you've met all but maybe one of my friends.
Well, like she lives on the other side of the country. I have some friends who live in other states that after high school they moved away and have not come back. And they don't come back. So how am I going to introduce you to them? I suppose I could do like a Zoom call, which is so personable and so, good way to meet people.
Anyways, that's something that we'll probably struggle with as we get older. Is he's not going to change, and I'm going to just keep meeting new people and growing the extended family, and because that was one of the things like Julie put in the card to me when we lost Jordan. Is sometimes losing the family you choose is the hardest thing, and with all the people that I know, I'm going to be losing a lot of people at some point in time. You won't. You'll have your handful of people you'll lose, but you
I think
can't.
I've lost a few.
But you can't lose. Like you can't handle it as well as I can.
No, I do not.
So maybe that's another reason why. It's because I'm prepared to be able to move on, and you'll be gone for months. And maybe that's a good thing that you don't open up to so many people. But I don't want you to judge me because I do. And there are people that have come to my life that I've had to cut off contact with. Like, there's just a point where I'm like, okay, enough is enough. But overall, like, I love Cassandra. She's ride or die. She's always been ride or die. I love very much Josh Prime. I fucking love Josh Prime. And you tried to steal him from me, you bitch.
I did steal him from you.
Like,
I can't help it that I'm charming.
You know what we're going to talk about next week? We're going to talk about how he's growing into his own fashion sense. Because I lost a bet about a pair of leggings. And we're going to talk about that next week. Actually, we'll probably talk about it with Andy and Becky since they're the ones who fucking sided with you. So you may see that this week. I don't fucking know.
I'm sorry that I was right and you were wrong. It's okay.
So, thank you guys for watching.
You asked in that other episode when you were wrong. That was another time you were wrong.
I proved myself wrong there. And you'll see I'm right in the long run. Just like I was right